Hey, what is up guys? In this video, I'm going to be teaching you 3 endgame tricks that every chess player must know. So I hope you enjoy and let's get started. So the first trick that I'm going to share with you, I'm not even sure if it has a name or not, but I just call it the 6-pawn trick because it includes 6 pawns. And it includes, or it doesn't have to be exactly the position I'm about to show you, but it has to include 6 pawns looking just like this. Bang, bang. The 6 pawns have to look just like this, so then if it's your turn as white or as black, then it looks like, you're just screwed, am I right? Like, the black king is much closer to the pawns, it's just gonna come over here, eat all these boys, and then it's going to be 3 pawns versus 1 king. So, and there you're obviously losing. So instead, what you do instead of like going here and then just lose the game, what you do is you go here, which looks bizarre because after takes, what does that give you? You know, you just trade and, it doesn't give you anything. But the thing is, you go here because after takes, and you can go this pawn up, attacking this pawn, and if this pawn takes, then this pawn goes right here, and it's passing. Same thing, if this pawn takes, then you do the exact same thing, takes, and if you go here, then the king doesn't make it in time, and then you promote to a queen, and, you just take all these pawns, and you mate with the queen and the king. So, a very kind of cheap trick, but in these positions, it can be really useful, and, well, useful to know. So, let's move on to the next trick. Trick number 2 is again a trick that I do not know the actual name to, if there even is one, but it's a very popular pawn endgame that you really have to know. Because before I knew this from watching other YouTube videos on this trap, there aren't many, took me like an hour to find them, like, I lost so many games by not knowing this pawn endgame because I just think I'm gonna push the pawn. Like, what's the problem? And since it didn't show the position yet, you're probably so confused, like, what pawn? But here's the position I'm talking about. Bang, bang. Oh, shoot. Sorry, little delay. Oh, no, paste. There we go. Okay. So let's flip the board. Bam. And it's black to play here, as you can see. And it looks like you're just winning, like, what could possibly go wrong, and you think, okay, I just push my pawn, and let's see what happens if you do just push your pawn. Bang, 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 and your pawn just gets caught in no time. So what you do instead of just recklessly pushing your pawn is you go, or let's say they go here, you go here, they go here, you go here, and the further you go, here, now the king can't get here to its home spot, defending the pawn from promotion, because that's where it's supposed to promote. But if the king's in the way, then what's the pawn gonna do? And this way you might think, okay, we stopped this square, but my pawn's in Antarctica, so what am I gonna do now? Well, let's say they play here because it's the closest to the pawn, and it's the same thing as these two moves, it's just better. And then you play here, and then you think like, oh my god, 6-9, then you can't push the pawn again, that he just takes. Well, you don't have to. What you do instead is you go here, they go here, and instead of going back here, because then it's just a draw, what you do is you go g5, and now you're probably like, 6-9, oh my god, you're such a hypocrite, you just said don't let the king go on g8. You wouldn't want the king going on g8 for most situations, but in this one it's fine. Look, the king goes to g8, you go here, you don't push the pawn, you go king g6, and same thing. It works the same exact way if this is happening on the D file, E file, or literally any other file except for these two, because those are on the corners and it's a little bit different. Or on the sides, not corners, what am I saying? And here, let's say they go here, then you just go here, their only legal move is here, then you just push your pawn and you win. And same thing happens if they go here, then same thing. Bang, 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 bang. bang, 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 and you just mate with the king and queen. And if you don't know how to do that, well, just go watch a YouTube video on that, or actually I have like 5 videos on how to mate with a king and a queen, so watch my videos on that, but I'm pretty sure you do. If you don't, again, just please go watch those videos, If you don't know how to mate with a queen and a king, I don't know what to tell you. So, let's move on to the next endgame trick. Okay, this is the third and last endgame trick that I'm sharing with you, and this one, I mean, if it has a name, I just don't know what to say. But this one, I will in a million years not know what to call this, just because there's so many, like millions of other positions this can be used in. But the position I'm going to be showing you today is this, where, it looks like black is just winning. I mean, it's a queen and a rook versus 2 bishops and 2 pawns. And if you just promote to a queen, then things can get ugly with check. Things can just, they can draw it out. Things can just get very ugly. So instead of promoting to queen, because when you promote to queen, you don't check the king right away. So what you do instead of promoting to queen or anything else, you promote to knight. So you under promote to a knight. There's almost like usually no point to promote to a bishop or rook unless you don't want to stalemate. But knight is the only piece that no other piece can move like. So knight has the biggest reason to not stalemate or to just under promote for this kind of reason when you're promoting. So here you promote to knight, and well, first of all, I just want to say you can't, like, black can't just take it, because then it's a rook versus these 3, and if the rook tries to attack, then this, and it just, I mean, then we just walk the king over here, and black is just screwed. So black can't do that, and well, then if they don't do that, they only have 3 other legal moves with their king. Here, here, here. Let's say here or here. Don't make a difference, these 2. Let's say here, because, you probably say, well, of course, if they move here, they have nowhere to move. It doesn't make a difference, you guys. So, then what you do is bishop c3, check. And after that, they can go here, block it, but then we just take it, and, I mean, again, they're just losing. So what they have to do is then down over here, and then we have here, which just mates in 1. Because the only legal moves then is this, and then we just mate. And of course, you're probably never in your life going to get this exact position, but the main trick in the position I just showed you is to under-promote your pieces sometimes. Don't always go to settings when you make a new account and click auto-promote to queen always, because you are going to get these positions the higher you get. You can even get these positions as a 300 rated player for all I know. So really, unless you're like in a bullet game, there's a setting on leeches.org to make it only when you're pre-moving. That's what I do, just because you can get so many of these positions, and I have gotten so many of them where I had auto promote to queen on, and I literally spent like 10 seconds in a bullet game trying to figure out how to turn auto promote to queen off. So just be careful and think about your decision when you're turning on auto promote to queen in your settings. So, those are the 3 traps that I'm sharing with you today, you guys. So, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.